off making fun of Sean.
Well, yeah, that's priority number one, actually.
Let me
So,
see.
Sean, why are you such a girl?
Why have you forsaken us?
Why have you forsaken us?
So, uh, I pinged him today. Said podcast today. NF. I copied and pasted it from talking to you.
Sure, sure, of course.
NF, of course, stands for nice fellow.
Yeah, right, right, yeah.
So
And
his reply is, "I could do without this week." Period.
what?
I had crazy dreams and didn't sleep much.
Oh boy.
Sean has scary dream.
I had a dream that I didn't want to do a podcast and that I'm lazy.
It was so scary that he had one dream one time that he winched up about where the Joker was coming after him. So it's probably another Joker dream.
What the fuck does that have to do with Taco Talk?
The Joker's back.
That's dumb. Well, Sean, this one's for you, buddy. In all honesty, the dynamic won't be the same.
No, it's,
But because you bitched out, we're gonna spend hopefully the majority of the podcast making fun of you.
yeah.
We love you, but yeah, you're getting roasted on this one.
So,
So,
I then called him a P word,
sure, naturally.
obviously. And he told me to suck his dick. Can you believe that?
I mean, you're gonna, right?
Well, he did tell me to. I do have to do everything he says.
Well,
No,
right.
he didn't even say that. He said sumada.
Some duh. Now the people say, ha. Well, that's unfortunate because, like I said, in all honesty, Sean adds a certain dynamic. If you
Yeah, he
want to
brings
call it.
the creepiness level
Yeah.
way up, which is nice. We need that.
Notice my professional camera adjusting while recording.
This podcast would be a lot more Christian. It would have a lot more strong American values without Sean.
Yeah. Well, can't always get what you want, right?
Today on Taco Talk, Christ, our Savior.
Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm ready to put that one out there yet.
We'll save that for Taco
Let-
Talk six six
yeah,
six.
exactly. Yeah. Let's get people to think that we're decent first.
That's no. That's we're gonna have the decent podcast now that Sean's gone.
Right.
It's gonna
Right.
be the clean Jesus loving podcast.
Did you talk to Seif? Did he?
Seif is going to a baseball game at a dude's luxury box, which is, in all fairness, pretty rad.
I'm sure they have Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, baseball's pretty boring, but they do have free beers.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
I think they're
Okay.
free. I think they just kind of put them out there.
If
Be like, you're rich. You don't have to pay for individual things.
there is no money here, sir.
Just like The Shining.
We already
your,
have it.
Your money's no good here.
Well, so I asked you to come with some material.
Okay.
Dear God, I hope you delivered.
No, I really didn't. Of course not. What are you talking about? No, though. Sean and I did go see Joey Diaz, comedian,
Really?
on Thursday
At the Laugh Factory?
at Cap City. Yeah.
Okay.
And show was awesome, but the opener guy who went on started rambling off about conspiracy theories and NWO,
Nice, nice. Naturally.
and it got me thinking. It's like, I believe some of that stuff, but the question is like, where up to what point? I think everyone more or less does.
Well, that's the trick is that yeah, a lot of it's true because it's proven.
Yeah.
We've done horrible shit before in the name of whatever, protecting America.
Well, I'm
But
talking even like global level world Illuminati stuff.
sure. Well, I mean, it's no secret that the people with all the money control what goes on. I
Right.
mean, you want to talk about at the fundamental level, people that have money fund lobbyists who get bills passed that benefit their companies. I mean, that's, I dear God, I definitely don't want to get into conspiracy theory talk. Austin has enough Alex Jones
Well,
for
that's
for
another
one
part of
podcast.
reason I wanted to bring is because it's like it's a part of this town.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah.
That's like the Sean undercurrent of Austin. It's this weird like creepy conspiracy shit. And it
That's
might
true.
be just because Camp Mabry's right there or state capital.
Yeah, state capital, liberal enclave in a otherwise Republican state. For sure, for sure.
You think that liberalism that tends to breed conspiracy, like liberalism in
Mm, I think that liberalism inherently brings a sense of questioning the establishment, which is totally bizarre that one polarization of politics would include questioning the government, free thinking, self actualization. But
it might be
it's
because of the extremes of both sides come together here.
yeah, well, it's all part of the joke, the big fucking joke that there's only two sides and one
Right.
one has to win. So
Well, a lot of conspiracy is conspiracy theory, or the stuff that gets labeled conspiracy theory is about that. It's
sure,
about like
sure.
pulling back the man behind the curtain or whatever.
Right. Well, I mean, it's like betting on black and red. you're you're just playing both sides, and whoever wins doesn't matter. You win.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuck that. But I'd say that the pros outweigh the cons here in Austin. I mean, it sure is pretty. I like the people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
He,
the
he,
cuisine is exquisite.
it's retarded. Uh, what I really noticed when I was in San Francisco last week was how much fucking homeless there is in that city, dude.
In San Francisco.
Oh yeah, like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
Worse, yeah,
I haven't
probably
been,
the worst. I mean,
I haven't been since I was a kid.
I'm talking about even just like downtown financial district area, like homeless parks,
Oh wow.
dude.
Yeah.
Like tons
Now,
of dudes sleeping in subway
I
exits.
I significantly remember that catty cornered to a record shop in the Bay Area, a park just filled with homeless people.
Oh yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah. It's unfortunate,
So I mean, a lot of people in Austin like complain about the homeless people, but they just stand at
Yeah.
fucking intersection holding a sign.
Well, yeah, or have some kind of shtick and
But I mean, then
song
again,
and
we do have that
dance.
crazy fucking homeless shelter right downtown,
Right. Yeah.
which is I think it's on Sixth Street or something like that.
Booyakasha.
Nice. It's tight, man. Setup's getting real tight.
It is. It's getting more and more professional.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we'll actually get some talent on here, so it's not just us buffoons. So yeah, that's the topic of the day is that Sean is not here and
Yeah.
that he's
A big crybaby.
kind of a neener,
He's not here because he had bad
chicken
dreams.
wiener.
Yeah.
I had a bad dweam and I don't want to go.
I mean, that's almost like that. Almost has to be a setup for us to make fun of him.
Sure.
I mean, surely. I mean, if he didn't want to be made fun of, I'd just be like, "Oh, my stomach hurts. I have diarrhea or something like that." Then be like, "Yeah, I don't want to see you." No, scary
We
dweeb.
have 649,000 listeners already, so maybe he's one of them.
Good. We should at least. Well, we should probably even email him the UStream so he knows that he can sit there and just cry when we're making fun of him,
That's right.
or he could just Skype in remotely, and tell us about his dream.
Text his bitch ass. Oh man.
Email him. I'm texting him right now.
Tell us about your dream, Shawnee. Well, I'll tell you what. Conspiracy theories span the gamut because I wouldn't really consider this conspiracy theories, but it's just as crazy and kind of balls out entertaining. the ancient alien stuff. I think that's awesome.
Dude, yeah, I'm totally into that too. That's the cool and terrible thing about conspiracy theory is it applies to so many arenas, and you can just dismiss
Sure.
the whole concept, and
Sure.
like I'm kind of a free thinking conspiracy theorist, and that I'll just accept any of them. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, that could be true. That's probably true. You know what I mean? But the ancient alien stuff is, I I don't know. It's definitely plausible.
Well, for Giorgio Tsoukalos, for the main reason. I mean, Tsoukalos. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, Giorgio, if you're listening.
we could probably get him on this
Oh
podcast.
my
He'd
god!
probably be down.
Oh, dude, that would make my life if Giorgio Tsoukalos came in the Taco Talk studios. Oh shit!
I'm, I would if we just got like a semi nice website put together and offered him lunch or something.
Sure, sure.
Next time he's in Austin, hey, we have this podcast. You know, we have a wide listener base.
Wide listener base, as in 0.
No,
But
we just
however, think. And Giorgio, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but you would be our vehicle to stardom because I mean I search for his name to watch videos of him because I think he's legitimately badass.
yeah.
The ancient alien clips
His enthusiasm is infectious.
fucking awesome. That's right. He's great. And
Infectious.
the fact that he's been made into this whoa, aliens, with
Well,
the
have you
crazy
seen
hair.
his hair?
I mean, totally. His hair is off the charts, but it's amazing.
And his preponderance for
That's true.
assuming everything is ancient aliens.
And he has a great accent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not convinced that I know where he's from, even though the sources online say, like, raised in Reykjavik, but,
Weird.
born
I
on
would
the
assume
moon.
Greek or something like that.
No, I think it is Greece. I just...
You didn't want to act like he's some fucking greaseball, some Mediterranean shitbag.
Oh, dear God.
Well, so I may not believe necessarily in the ancient aliens as fact, but I do believe that our views of archaeology may be off by a couple thousand years or something like that. My favorite thing is
Yeah.
the 50,000 years of lost civilizations in Egypt, and like the theory that ancient Egypt was way more advanced than we give them credit for.
Yeah. I mean...
Love that shit.
We
Love all
have
that shit.
no direct evidence. I mean, we have good guesses.
And that like the Sphinx is like 50,000 years old or something crazy, 35,000. Like yes, the pharaohs stretched back for 700 generations. I want to believe that some ancient dynasty.
Man, my mic is still, or my camera is totally bright.
Whatever.
Harshing my buds, bro. Oh,
No,
it's because of my giant computer monitor.
Yeah. That and your white is the driven snow.
Your mother's probably listening.
You know my mother's black.
You're right. I apologize. Well, I sent Sean the link. Hopefully, if he's having a bad dream right now, that'll wake him up and
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I forgot to press send on his text message.
He probably got the link. He's like, "What the fuck?" I wanted to put in the subject line, listen live to us making fun of you, but he might take that one, to heart. And I don't want to.
What?
Well, he's fragile,
No,
with
he's
the
not.
bad dreams and all. I don't want to emotionally shatter him. Poor guy.
Joker's coming to get you, Sean. He's gonna be in the graveyard
Yeah,
again.
but the Joker can't fuck with the ketchup clown. Come on, man. That's the most intimidating and, quite frankly, molest-like frightening villain ever, the ketchup clown. I mean,
We should just pull up on the camera, a picture of Ketchup Clown, and cut to it, and then do our best Sean impression. And it'll be just like Sean is here with us.
no, here's my Sean impression.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
Here's my best Sean impression. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a house in Hyde Park. It's probably what, like $1,000 a month. It's like for an outhouse, maybe.
Yeah, for like a tough shed on a 32nd of an acre. God,
He was blown away. It was like, I just get to watch his dreams crumble in front of you.
two bedroom, one bathroom house is like $3,000 a month.
Oh yeah, totally. And it's from 1952. It hasn't been updated.
There is no heat.
No, there's heat, but it's just gas fumes that you light,
Right.
and you just have a blazing fire in your home at all times.
Exactly.
In your ancient wooden flammable house,
Oh, that's great.
The worst thing about old houses, and I've been in a lot of them, is that it's when you're taking a shit, it's like a fucking amplifier, like a shit amplifier.
Really?
Like a shit sounds amplifier. Oh yeah.
I have not noticed this phenomenon.
Oh dude, yeah, because old houses you can just hear everything that goes on in them, especially in the bathroom, and there's no fucking fan.
That's great.
So you're just in the whole fucking house. It's just like, ugh. Or you have to get up and take a leak in the middle of the night. It's just your fucking piss sounds waking everybody up in the house.
Right.
It's horrible.
Well, back to what we were talking about earlier. I would rather like go on a camping trip with the Joker than have to be in the room with Ketchup Clown.
Oh no, Ketchup Clown's the best
Because I guess like Joker, you think might like stab you or burn you with acid or something, but like Ketchup Clown is gonna like molest you first. Do something nasty with ketchup.
No, all Ketchup Clown does is get ketchup on you, sneaking up behind you. He just sneaks up behind you and rubs ketchup on you.
That's it. There's no ill effects. It just rubs ketchup on you and creeps you out.
You should play that track I made called "Ketchup Clown Gonna Get You."
Yeah.
It's only like a minute long.
Let's see here. I do have a vast gimmicks collection.
Good.
Um,
Probably got more than I do.
What album?
You blew it.
I don't think I have You Blew It.
Well, luckily for you, you can stream it off gimmicks.org.
Oh, Christ.
That's right.
Who gives a shit?
And but sweet. Uh-oh. He's
What?
texting back.
Oh,
He says, no, I hate you. No, I hate you. This might be even better. We could just make fun of him remotely. Who's good to listen to it later.
Wait. Is You Blew It undeniably handsome? That's not the same one?
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
Maybe I should have named it Undeniably Handsome.
So, let's see here. Ketchup Clown Gonna Get Ya. This is totally what I would expect to hear if the Ketchup Clown was coming to get me. You're getting raped. Get ready to get raped.
With ketchup.
You can't Ketchup's gonna rape you. Yeah, this is totally creepy.
Yeah, Sean may be the Ketchup Clown, but I made this, so you be the judge.
Taco Talk, Austin, Texas. Gimmicks.org.
That's it. That's the whole song.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. That was absolutely anticlimactic.
Well, looks like Sean got the last laugh after all.
Oh man. Well, Sean, if you're out there, buddy, we miss you. Wish you were here. We wish you weren't such a peepee.
Oh, he's totally peepee.
Well, whatever. Yeah, you have a bad dream, and it's gonna shake you some. You're just sometimes you're just not prepared for the visit from the Joker. I don't want to talk to the Joker.
I wonder where the Joker was this time. Maybe Sean just felt like he was there.
A, Sean's butthole. B, Sean's butthole. Or C, Sean's butthole.
I wonder. I think I remember him telling me it was like more like the comic book Joker, not like the Heath Ledger Joker. Like
That's all I was thinking was the comic book Joker.
Yeah, good,
that
good.
or like a jester, like a sadomasochistic jester. Like I'm here to entertain you and stab you. I tried to get Brian Felker on the podcast.
Oh man, that would be awesome. I love that dude.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? But he was driving back from Arlington
That's
and
a bummer.
going to a party for Angela, I think.
Oh,
He,
good.
said we're invited, but
Oh, I have things to do. I'm sorry.
I've showered, so I can't. That's what I told him when we were gonna go to that Eeyore's birthday, and I said, so I didn't shower because I figured that if I did, like I'd stick out like a sore thumb.
So the last time I was in Denton, or the Saturday before I moved out, I went
Okay.
to a party. It wasn't at Felker's house, but it was next door, I think.
Okay.
And it was someone else's going away party too. But all I remember was some kind of ratty old hippie girl with dreadlocks doing that fire spinning shit and lighting her fucking hair on fire.
Yes, that's amazing.
I was like, goodbye, Denton.
I mean, that's all you hope for when you see that.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Well, it's
not
kind of
to,
symbolic, you know.
Not to ostracize our poi spinning, demographic.
No, we love you. Just don't let your hair on fire.
Well, no, I mean more than that. When I see that, I'm secretly hoping, dear God, I hope they light some shit on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And if they light themselves on fire, that's a bonus.
That's like the jackpot, you know.
Right. That or lit their extra fuel on fire. Blow some
yeah,
shit
or
up.
fucking
It'd be amazing.
even just like a candle or something like that.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
or some napkins, like oh shit, or
Fuck. And they have
sorry,
to,
sorry.
That's the terrible person in me that's just like, I just hope for destruction. I mean, I'm not a sociopath or
It's
anarchist
not
or
that I
anything.
hope for destruction. I just hope for novelty. I just hope for something funny to happen. If not funny, then interesting or weird, you know.
Sure.
And okay, yeah, there's a hippie girl spinning fire. That's, I guess, a little interesting, but
It'd
someone
be
who's shitty.
really cool if she set her fucking hair on fire.
Yeah, totally.
I have a lot of love for Denton. And I guess there's a similar element here, but I definitely don't miss the abundant, just like shithead kid population. It wasn't necessarily a sect, hippies or hipsters or anything like that. It was just shithead kids.
Well, I mean,
Just-
I guess because I work for the university,
Well,
I still got to deal with it. But
I guess so.
so I still hate college kids.
Because living in Denton, unless you live on the outskirts, you're still fully integrated with the student population that lives off campus. In Austin, It's like if you don't live in Hyde Park or West Campus, then you're probably not gonna
Probably gonna be okay.
you're probably not gonna be living next to. Because that was my thing. Is like, especially when I lived in an apartment. And I sound old, but whatever. I had a fucking day job, and these motherfuckers are partying until like 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, unacceptable.
Unacceptable, man. I mean, go party at a place like
This isn't
downtown,
fucking Jefferson Commons,
right? Go party in the industrial area of town where everyone goes and parties, and that's where you go party, right?
Yeah. More or less.
Fucking places.
That's after you're 25, I think.
Well, whatever.
Once you get past 25, going to house parties and shit isn't cool.
Well, that's true. That's true. Unless you have a really nice house and you're having like a fucking party.
Yeah. No, I'm talking some dude's backyard in a keg.
Keg,
in a
Jello
punch
shots. Yeah, no. I think I went to someone's place, and it was a kind of a nice get together, nice house. Dude was grilling some shit outside. Everyone was having a good time, and someone brought fucking Jello shots. I mean, I'm talking like I was.
No.
Julie and I were some of the youngest people there. And I'm like, what? I see these 40-year-old chicks fucking taking Jello shots, and I just said to Julie, I'm like, we're out of here.
It's about to get bad.
We're leaving because these bitches are gonna pull their tits out, and then all hell is gonna break loose.
Yeah, this is like a really fucked up story from my mom going to a party where they were taking Jello shots, and like people are throwing up red everywhere.
No.
I mean, yeah, 'cause these are grown ass people, and they don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Probably got a recipe off the internet.
Well, sure, and no offense, but people that age aren't meant to, like, they probably, unless they're still partying pretty hardcore, aren't used to taking 6 shots of vodka in a sitting.
No.
And that's what happens is you don't realize how much alcohol is in that. And, I sound like a dare officer, but you don't realize how much alcohol is in one of these Jello shots.
So the story is wild. So my mom has to like pass out there or something like that.
Okay.
Or she's with someone who had to pass out there, so she's got to stay. So some fucking dude like tries to creep into her room when she's sleeping.
No.
So if that wasn't fucked up enough, like a year later, that dude gets brain cancer and dies.
Your mom probably gave it to him. She was probably like hexed him, like, how dare you?
Do not touch me. Your mom was not a witch. How dare you? She didn't cast a brain cancer spell on him.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Your mom gave me something. An erection. I don't think I've met her in the flesh yet.
No.
Have I?
No. She still loves you though.
In the flesh. Jessica.
Loves you all enough to call your wife a transvestite.
What? Oh, because of that picture that you did for your tune? How dare you? It does not look like my beautiful Julie at all. My wife is an angel. That depiction of that woman was horrible. It was terrible. Oh, you have a song, subtext, Garrett has AIDS.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't know this. Let's see what this
You've heard this.
song is. Let's see what this is here. Oh, okay. Well, the title of your page, Really Weird Music Almost Nobody Likes, is very accurate,
Yeah.
especially in this case.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that. It makes me want to go to church. But I will say this Jennifer Ely painting is phenomenal.
Oh dude, I would kill a man to have that.
Yeah.
What's kind of crazy now is she finished it. She finished coloring all the trees on there.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Can you get that picture displayed?
Yeah, definitely can. Let's see.
Yeah, man, it's fucking epic. So you can't even really tell from this picture, but it's like a 6 foot by 3 foot colored pencil drawing.
Uh-huh.
And each of those snakes has like tons of individual scales that have been hand shaded in.
Okay.
I mean, it's meticulous. It must have taken her forever.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal.
But so the trees got filled in and I think maybe some of the snakes hadn't been finished too, or something like that. I don't know, but she ended up finishing it, and like I don't know, I almost kind of like it better unfinished. Maybe
Yeah.
that's just because I was how I saw it first,
Right.
but it gives it like a I don't know, like a totally different vibe to it.
Yeah.
That's something I try to keep aware of at all times is like a happy accident.
Sure. Sure.
You know, not even just in like trying to make music or something stupid like that.
Right.
You know, like oh maybe that worked out for a reason. You know.
Right.
You
Huh.
know,
No, I mean, I definitely love her shit.
oh yeah.
She,
You got that one piece of hers.
yeah, I got that G Clay of one of her pieces. She sold me for. I'm not gonna say it because I mean,
I
in
think it was
case.
yeah, it was a pittance, right?
Well, it was a pittance for what it was, and it was basically like, no, no one has shown interest in this amazing piece of art. So since it's 7 p.m. and we're wanting to go out to dinner, yeah, I'll sell it to you for this. And I was sold.
Yeah,
No
I'll take
problem.
it.
I didn't even have the money on me. I was like, absolutely. So,
So I think the end to that story about that drawing, that big
yeah,
6 foot by
sorry.
three,
Yeah.
I think it's like either a shithead brother or one of his friends has it. Actually,
What?
and I say that jokingly because I love her brother,
Sure.
but it's like, oh,
No,
I
yeah,
want
shithead
that.
because he has that. Well,
Yeah.
what do we have on Jennifer that we could like blackmail her out of to get
Oh,
that?
plenty,
Oh,
plenty.
good. Well, then we're gonna get that motherfucker then. Yeah, I'll spend 1 week at your place and 1 week at my place.
Just it's on loan from the
That's
Garrett Institute, and then on loan from the
so,
Jim's galleries.
so how is she doing?
I think she's doing great. She lives
Excellent.
in Portland now, I think.
Wow. Well,
Working.
she's very, very talented, and
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure she won't have a hard time finding employment.
No, no, she's working with some like film studio or something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, excellent.
So back to conspiracies or back to making fun of Sean? You know,
I mean, there's just so much to choose from. Yeah. So Sean, why aren't you here? We demand that you Skype in.
my hope is that maybe Sean is like really into something crazy like the occult, like some
He couldn't tell us about his black mass that he had
totally
planned for
his
today.
some Aleister Crowley bullshit. You know?
We're sacrificing a fetal pig today. I can't do the podcast, but I can do it. You'll
I have
never
to
know.
banish some spirits in my ode to Thelema.
Now that is some crazy shit. I've looked into all that just because cults in general fascinate me.
Oh,
But the cult
totally.
of Thelema, that's some bizarre shit. And I
Well,
think I heard about it first from surprisingly Marilyn Manson. He has some reference to it in
oh
one of
yeah,
his tunes.
it's I'm sure it's probably in like Tool songs and shit like
Sure,
that too.
sure.
But you know, you start looking at Aleister Crowley or whatever, and he's actually kind of an interesting figure.
Oh, I mean, it's not all because once you get past the whole Church of Satan or Satan worshiper, I mean, it's yeah,
That was just like
he's kind of fucked up for his time because he was into sexual magic and kind of
but dude, he was also into like eating hash and meditating. You know,
sure, sure, sure.
I mean, he just got branded that way because sometimes he would do a bunch of coke with a bunch of
Bunch of hookers and
yeah.
everyone fuck each other. Sure, well, that's what happens.
But he's got those awesome pictures of him with like the fucking hat and like the wand.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dude, that rules.
Well, and he was all into like Egyptian magic and shit like that. It was
And see,
crazy.
it's funny because it all ties back into like the ancient aliens and the ancient archaeology
Yep,
thing
yep.
because they all try to like tie it all in together for you. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
That's the hallmark of a great conspiracy theory, in my opinion, is when it like ties a whole bunch of loose shit together for you. You know, like it has to be this way.
Well, and I promised not to get into this on Taco Talk, but you draw a good parallel to religion. You're explaining things that you can't explain. So,
Right.
you talk about way, way, way back in nature, you know, lightning, storms, whatever, the result of wrathful gods. It's all about putting some kind of explanation to, oh well, it must be this,
Hmm.
Um, but I totally believe in that lame ass quote. The greatest trick that the devil pulled was convincing people that he didn't exist.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Because I'm not gonna get into my personal beliefs at all because I don't want to polarize anything. But
Polar, you're just a bit P word.
what? But there are beliefs out there that, like, say 9/11 was staged or was aided sort of by ignoring some evidence or whatever. But there is documented proof of a proposed project to fake a war, fake an attack, like back in the 70s.
Oh yeah,
To fa-
Operation Norwoods or whatever.
yeah, something like that, and it was in effort to get public support for a war that was just motivated by, I don't know, minor minor facts like, oh well, we think they have the weapons of mass destruction, or so. But it's sometimes fact is stranger than fiction,
Yeah.
and several instances of that.
Yeah, I think like I really want the world to be run by like some weird global Illuminati
Sure.
blood drinkers, but in reality, it's probably just a boring bunch of boring Swiss dudes with shitloads of money.
So that's right. You had mentioned conspiracy theories, and the first thing that came to my mind was David Icke. Are you
Oh
familiar with
yeah.
David Icke? So,
Man, we
I
should if we can, we should try to pull up some David Icke videos,
oh man,
like a David Icke greatest hits.
I got turned on to David Icke by, not, I wouldn't even say turned on, because I came into it just completely thinking it was bullshit, and just surprise ending, I still think it's complete bullshit.
Wait, wait, wait,
Um,
wait, wait, wait. Are you saying you're a reptile?
but anyway, I was hipped to it, made aware of it by someone who kind of believed the shit. It was a friend of a friend, this dude who ended up like nutting out on some crazy religious shit,
Of
like,
course.
no, I mean like hardcore, like had a baby with some girl, and then 1 year into it, like flipped a switch, went kind of like crazy religious and abandoned her, and like, yeah,
Wow.
like totally started his new life as, blah blah blah, the chosen one. I'm dead serious. But anyway,
That's pretty
no
pretty
no
outstanding.
no surprise that this information about David Icke came from him. On an aside though, this guy had an almost encyclopedic and very discerning taste in hip hop.
Really?
Excellent, excellent knowledge of music, like to an obsessive level. Like,
Hmm.
he knew catalogs of music, and could reference it and talk about it, and definitely turn you on to some good shit. But anyway, guy turned out to be a spaz. David Icke, for all of you who do not know, is the fellow who believes that the world is run by a network of lizard people that are shapeshifters, and we see them in their, third dimension form, whereas they're actually from, I'm just pulling this out of my ass, but from the seventh dimension, in their lizard form, and I believe they come from the center of the earth.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, I let's see if we can pull up some David Icke videos. Why don't you talk while I look for David Icke?
Well, so I think I found out about him because of I think it might have been like a profile on Vice or something like that.
Does not surprise me. Shout out to Vice Media.
Yeah, those guys are the best. Um, but it was like it put him in a sympathetic light. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, why are you such an obsessive old weirdo? And I think he had some weird tragedy happen in his life.
Well, he definitely has a very interesting story. But yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, dude, that title right there. And dude, this is like, oh, this makes me so happy. Because I watch this shit at work because I'm so fucking bored, you know.
Right.
And like, you just get a feel for like what's gonna be a good one. You know what I mean? This would be such a good one. 80 minutes. Oh, it's so long. I waste so much time.
80. It's 10. Can you not fucking read?
Full story, 1 of 8.
Oh shit. Oh,
Yeah.
good God.
Oh, dude, the music, everything.
From
Yes.
England, I went through an extraordinary series of what you might call paranormal experiences. Not that they were.
Maybe
20 years ago in
maybe just had some
1990,
weird.
89, and basically the veil lifted, and I saw the world in a completely different way. And I started on a journey of research, which has led me over 20 years to a very obvious conclusion that this world is controlled by very, very few people behind the people we think are in power.
So
And they
I agree with
have
that.
a very, very
Okay,
malevolent
sure.
agenda. for
And,
humanity as a
okay,
whole,
yeah,
who
let's
to them are
pause it
nothing
there. So
We-
you're right. I do totally believe that this world is controlled by few people.
Right. So that's what the point I was trying to make. I think at the beginning was, at what point does it fall off? And I think that's how they get you too. Is they'll lure you in with something that
Is legitimate.
is yeah, factually true. You know,
Right,
factually
right.
provable true.
Now, you make the jump to their shape-shifting lizards, and that's where I kind of hop off the boat and go, you know what? That's just a bit fucking crazy.
Yeah, but it's like there's got to be baby steps in there. You know, you got to find out where that is.
This family bloodline interbreeding control
go.
system of these elite families
I sort of believe
was
that
not
too.
just a human thing. It went beyond that into entities that are anything but human. And it was only with the passage of the years and more research when I started to realize the nature of this reality that we're experiencing that made sense.
Get to the
how this
point, David
structure
Icke.
is playing out. Just outside of the frequency range of visible light,
Here we go.
Okay.
there are entities that are anything but human who have been manipulating this reality, this world, for eons.
Okay,
And-
you lost me.
Because they are operating on a frequency.
Okay, let's stop here because that's just starting to bore me. Yeah, shortcut to that is that outside of the visible range of light is where these reptiles show their true form.
Have you ever seen? It's
You can't make this shit up, people.
it's a movie, A Mighty Wind,
I have, yeah. I have.
and there's like the cult that some of the folk singers are in that are like Wiccans.
Yes,
they worship
yeah.
the power of color or something.
Sure, sure. And you know what? And full disclosure, I'm all for that. You want to believe what you believe.
Oh,
I
sure,
think that's
go to
great.
town.
But the second that you, and you know, whatever. That's your story. That's blah blah blah. But the second that you say that the world is controlled by shape-shifting lizards, I have to just kind of stop there and say, wait a minute. Are you fucking with me?
Yeah, I mean, what's fucked up though is that guy had I forgot that was it. He had like some weird psychedelic experience. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's how he came to be.
Yeah, it was like 20 years ago. He was in a shop and like who knows, this fucking started tripping balls for 10 seconds. You know, but the same thing happened to Philip K. Dick towards the end of his career.
Really?
Yeah, he basically said that he experienced like past lives at the intersection of time or something like that after being bathed in a pink light, and he eventually came to believe it was from like a satellite called Valis. He was like, I forget what Vala stands for, but it's like some artificial sentient shit.
Breaking news: Philip K. Dick is fucking crazy.
Oh yeah,
No
dude.
surprise there.
But he's such a great writer that he's able
Sure.
to make it a story.
Right.
And it's yeah. But the experiences that those two guys had are probably pretty similar. It was just the way that they chose to explain them, or
Well, maybe because Philip K. Dick had the facilities to understand that, no one in their right mind would take him seriously. He had to make stories out of them.
mm-hmm.
Versus David Icke, who, for one reason or another, decided that he needed some external validation of this crazy fucking shit.
Well, so
and
here's
started writing books.
so the fucked up part about it though, that documentary I saw about him said he lives in like a little shit house. He doesn't like live in a mansion or anything. I think
Who?
he's David Icke.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I think he makes a shitload of money off of those stupid books and seminars
does,
and DVDs and shit, But he seemed to still be living like a pauper's existence.
Whatever.
So, do you know any shapeshifters? Or...
Yes, my wife. She's a shapeshifter.
You can go from a loving, warm,
Caring individual.
human to a knife stabbing you in the heart.
That's right. Well, she's still a lovely person. She's just attacking me with, kitchen shears. I love you, but I have to kill you.
As women are wont to do,
So, Sean, I hope the Joker didn't get you last night.
Well, obviously didn't get him, but it's still after him.
He's still out there.
He's still stalking him, like
No, Joker.
Freddy Krueger.
You stay away from Sean.
If you die in the dream, you die in real life.
Oh my god.
I had a really weird dream a couple of weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't like a Joker was after me. It was like a huge scale shape was after me, and I woke up with a giant boner. It was really weird. It's like a big triangle.
That speaks volumes.
like a huge scaled triangle. Like, and I'm just facing it, and then I wake up and I'm like, ow.
I remember so there are those dreams that you have where it's kind of like, I'm in a dream and this is crazy and blah, blah, but there are some dreams where it's like indistinguishable from reality.
Oh, those are the worst.
The most vivid one, and I will never forget this, is I'm in like like in the middle of nowhere, like in a desert, like canyon floor, not canyon floor, but like a valley, and we're at the floor, and I guess in the valley. And we're in like a portable office, like trailer type portable command center type thing, and then all of a sudden you feel this like rumble in the ground, and these fucking dinosaurs, but they're not just dinosaurs, they're like 30 times the size of what we know dinosaurs to be. They're erupting out of the ground and like galloping towards, like off in the distance, like galloping towards this mobile command center station. And I was powerless. There's nothing I could have done.
That's fucked up.
And then I woke up before I think it hit us or whatever. But I mean, it was just nuts. It was like impending doom. It was so fucking real, despite it being completely bizarre.
I've had some really like epic in scale and like grandeur.
Yeah.
Like I've had some like Stanley Kubrick-esque dreams.
Nice.
Where I'm in like a gilded city or something like that, or it's just food everywhere, people fucking nonstop, and crazy music playing, and
Right.
like, but all the way up to that, to like the gross sewer version of that, just tentacles and piles of
Oh,
trash and like, you're like, what the fuck was that? Like, I remembered something from a dream that I've never even come remotely close to imagining awake or
Right.
having seen anything like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, where the fuck did that come from?
The subconscious is crazy, and I mean that's a pretty huge blanket statement, but I mean it's true. That explains the majority of your psychedelic experiences, your dreams, your perception of yourself, your perception of reality. Period. I mean, we could spend hours talking about that, but
Yeah,
the subconscious is what controls what you think of your external surroundings, which is crazy.
right. So there was a TED talk, and it was like the best like bummer TED talk you could show to like someone who's really into psychedelics and like, I'm a psychonaut, you know what I mean?
I'm into getting fucked.
You know, some Timothy Leary horseshit or whatever. So it's like some no nonsense Greek guy giving a talk, and he's like, so people used to think that when they would take psychedelics that it would open up different pathways in their brain or something like that, but we've done MRI scans while people are tripping, just, and it shows that a psychedelic will deaden certain parts of your brain.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like the parts that it deadens are, and it's like every part of the brain that it fucks up is a 1-to-1 correspondence with like a psychedelic experience. Like,
Really?
your loss of the self, your inability to distinguish yourself from your environment.
That's totally just different parts of the brain just shutting off.
Just shutting down. Yeah. And you're like, oh, that's what that was. Oh,
Well,
great.
tell you what, we're gonna take a break, but when we return, what I want to talk about is this is a great segue. Psychedelics, the subconscious, sensory deprivation tanks.
Nice.
We'll shout out to Joe Rogan here in a bit. Taco Talk Podcast, Austin, Texas. We'll be back in a few.
Emasculation to go through.
Taco Talk, Austin, Texas, back with you live. On with us, we have special guest, ZW Jeffrey of Nortex. Zach, are you with us?
I am. How's it going?
Hey,
Awesome.
sounding good.
Can you hear our sweet theme music?
I can. I like it.
Oh, of course you can.
You made that.
I made that, yeah. So before the break, we were talking about perception, sensory deprivation type things, and Zach, we wanted to get your opinion, weigh in on that.
Okay.
So, sensory deprivation, it's something that I have yet to experience. We all saw kind of a Vice documentary just online by this guy who, Zach, put it, hit the nail on the head. He didn't really seem too into it. I guess it was interesting.
Well, I think that he was interested, but I don't know. Maybe it was just sanitized for public consumption or something.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen it, but the Hamilton Morris guy is usually pretty out there. I mean, I've seen him do some weird stuff. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he did it. He participated, but he just seemed just kind of aloof, like, oh, yeah, I mean,
Well, he is kind of like a little twig and bone sort of.
I mean, but he is kind of out there.
Yeah.
but yeah. Aside from that, Zach, how you doing, man?
I'm really good. Yeah. Slept late and just got my coffee. What time is it? It's 3 p.m. Yeah,
It
so
is
man, I'm
3.
I'm great. It's a beautiful day outside.
You slept until
And
3 p.m.?
no, only to like 1-ish.
Excellent.
So jealous, man. I woke up at 9. I'm like, well, it's sleeping in for me.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah.
What about you guys? What's going on down there?
Oh, you know, same old, same old.
I got my 4th stripe on my white belt. Jiu-jitsu. Super excited.
Hey,
Excellent.
Like a
Did
nut
you
hair-
say you're Super Saiyan?
No. Super excited.
I'm Super Saiyan now.
No. Once I get my blue belt, then I'll be Super Saiyan.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Good
Which
deal.
I'm now a nut hair away from.
That's excellent.
so
Yeah,
is it
you should be proud of me.
I am proud.
four
Very
four
proud.
white stripes, and then you test for your blue, or
Yeah, each belt you get 4 stripes, and then we don't really have to do a test or anything. You just
get it.
get it. Some places they make you like do a bunch of bullshit or whatever, but
Interesting.
I just trained with a crazy old Mexican dude. He didn't give a shit that much.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, for all the viewers out there, it looks like we're up to 6.3 million at this point. Concurrently. Zach is kin to me, my brother, and is an excellent musician. Zach, you doing anything musically right now?
oh, well, I've been playing drums more than anything else, really, and I've been playing along with Prince a lot, which I'm digging,
Nice.
and some Roots, which I totally have to credit you with, turning me on to playing along with those guys. It's great fun.
Oh yeah, Questlove, excellent drummer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I was working on some bass, playing along with Wes Montgomery off of Moving Along, which there's a couple of tunes on there that have always kind of intrigued me and somewhat mystified me as to what was going on, and really working out the kinks has been a enlightening experience. So
Yeah.
I'm having fun musically.
Excellent.
How about you?
Me personally, just kind of playing along to some drums. Actually, very similar. Just the mainstays. Little Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah.
Introduce some rock into the mix. I've been predominantly funk, R&B, type fusion jazz stuff. But,
Yeah, that's the best to play along to.
Sure, it's fun, but I also have a buddy who wants me to collaborate with and wants me to do some rock drums, so I have to,
I tell you what's really fun to play along to is old Soundgarden stuff.
yeah. Oh, Matt Cameron.
Dude.
Matt Cameron is one hell of a drummer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big
And plus, it's
fan.
all weird meters and shit like that.
Well, I can credit Zach, my brother, for turning me on to music. So, Soundgarden, though, for sure. You were really into Soundgarden, and yeah.
Yeah, they actually.
Man.
Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
Oh no, I was just joking over here. Please.
Oh, yeah, Soundgarden actually just semi-recently came out with a new album, and it really actually wasn't that bad.
Well, I mean, Chris Cornell is a hell of a songwriter, and the musicians that he collaborates with are excellent.
Well, what's funny about that guy is he had a solo album out after Soundgarden broke up, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then
What was that Euphoria Morning?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great album. And then after that, they just kept getting kind of crappier and crappier. And then he joined Audioslave for a while.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know.
that was okay.
I like Soundgarden and I like Rage Against the Machine. I did not like
Well, they did.
the mixture of the two.
Yeah, it didn't really pan out. But then Chris Cornell came out with another solo album that was like even more unfortunate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
But then they came back and put out this sort of semi-kick-ass Soundgarden record, so you never know.
You never know.
But I mean, it's like it was like four on the floor sort of dance, kind of weird. It was like, what are you doing, buddy?
I am the night man. Here I come to claim you.
Yeah, it was like Chris Cornell trying to be like 25% Justin Timberlake or something.
Come to my theater of pain.
But no, I used to. It was hard because I used to love trying to evangelize that Chris Cornell album, and then people were like, "Fucking high."
I used to try and turn people on to Kraftwerk, and no one was into that.
My music thing I've been trying to do lately is like remix old Super Nintendo Final Fantasy soundtracks.
That
and
sounds like an
ever,
excellent idea. I wish I would have thought of it before you.
Yeah. So most people have the exact same sentiments, sarcasm included, you know.
Sure.
But you know, it's just like, man, this guy's music is awesome. And like, you're listening to 16-bit orchestral pieces. I'm like, I know, but it's
phenomenal.
well,
Man, dude, you've heard that kind of blue that's all 8-bit, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man,
There's a dark side
I totally
of the
get off
moon.
on that Freddie Freeloader. I listen to that.
Yeah.
I mean, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
great.
there's a dark side of the moon done in what is that called? Chip tune, technically.
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
chiptune or just whatever.
Okay.
8-bit. You know.
Yeah, and I think it's phenomenal. However, I will tell you, and sorry to cut you off before we finish this thought, I have enjoyed the Dub Side of the Moon cover.
Just what I was about to say.
I have enjoyed the 8-bit cover. I did not enjoy that Flaming Lips version. Did anyone hear that?
No, but
The Dark Side of the Moon?
Yeah, it was a cover of the Dark Side of the Moon by the Flaming Lips and somebody.
You know who else has a version?
It was shit.
You know who else has an awesome version? Dream Theater.
No. No, please tell me.
Dude, I swear to God, I've seen Dream Theater live like 6 times or something.
Here we go. I actually have it. That's how bad it is. I fucking have it because I want to hate it. I want to listen to it and go, I hate this. It's the Flaming Lips with Star Death and White Dwarfs. And it's terrible.
Yeah,
and
bad.
due to copyright and monetization quests, we can't play it on
We'll just go to YouTube and find it for free like everyone else does.
Yeah. Flaming Lips, Dark Side of the Moon. Listen to it. I don't like it. And you know what? If you do like it, that's great. That's fine. But I believe in preserving the integrity of an album, and I think that both the Dub Side of the Moon and the 8-bit version both did it justice, but not that Flaming Lip. It was too much. It was too much. The Dark Side of the Moon sounds like the Flaming Lips. That's what it was, and it was annoying.
Speaking of dub versions of things, I heard a dub version of OK Computer.
Same dudes.
Yeah, that was like the shit. Couldn't believe.
Radio Dread.
Yeah,
That's what the album is. Radio Dread. They've done that. I think.
I almost liked it better than OK Computer. I mean, it was so good.
Man, that's a bold statement.
Yeah, OK Computer's okay, I guess.
Oh, I hold that album in high regard, and I'm not that big of a Radiohead fan.
Yeah, it's like being like, I don't like the White Album. Like, excuse me? I thought we executed all of you already.
Yeah. Zach had a good pulse on what was cool pretty early on, and I benefited from that for sure. Poison, look what the cat dragged in.
Hey man, there's some rockin' jams on that record.
Extreme Pornograffiti.
Oh yeah,
Now
When I'm
that's
President.
In all seriousness, that is a fantastic album for what it is.
Oh man, the guitar playing is incredible on it too.
Have you heard that, Jim?
I don't think so.
Really? Really? So, More Than Words, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that band, that was the album after Pornography, right? The with more than words.
No, More Than Words was on Pornography.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. Um, yeah, yeah. That's a stellar album.
Yeah.
He-Man, Woman Hater.
Oh.
Um, well, and also let's not forget the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure soundtrack.
Oh man, I bet that's great.
Do you want to play with me?
Man.
What a
Again, incredible guitar playing.
incredible guitar playing. Absolutely.
I love that like 90s rock, late 80s rock sound.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's funny because there were the douchebags like doing it. Like I'd say like, oh, Zach will probably give me shit for this, but like I don't know, Warrant. You know, it was good for what it was. But then you had like the really good musicians like Paul Gilbert and
Oh, dude, Paul Gilbert's a fucking animal.
Nuno Betancourt, like actually playing in these groups, and I mean they were serious fucking groups, but they were still playing hair metal.
Savages, dude.
Yeah.
Zach, how many guitars have you owned with the Floyd Rose bridge on it?
Oh shit.
Oh man, I've had one Floyd Rose guitar, and I had a Floyd Rose 2 on an old Kramer when I thought that was the coolest thing.
I had a Kramer too.
I'm not even a guitar player, and I had a fucking Ibanez with Floyd Rose tremolo on it.
Oh yeah, those things are like the biggest pains in the dicks ever.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
piece of shit.
yeah.
They don't stay in tune.
No, they do stay in tune, but it's getting it to the tune that you want it to be in, because it has like a nut at the top that you have to clamp down on, and every time you do it, it changes the tuning of the strings. So it's dude,
I want that robot guitar that tunes itself.
that's pretty sick.
It's like
Yes,
$2,000, and it's just for that. It's like, you know,
Well, not only that, but it'll do alternate tunings on the fly. It'll just
don't care.
come on, bro. It's like I don't know, robot tuning guitar.
Drop D immediately.
Drop D, engage. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Wow. Well, we've devolved to this.
Yeah, there you go. Seems like every podcast ends with us telling each other to fuck ourselves.
Pretty much.
But speaking of being faithful to a tune, I was at a restaurant and I heard Let's Stay Together, but it wasn't Al Green. It was real close.
Oh, what?
And I was listening to it, and it dawned on me that it was Seal.
Whoa.
Seal doing
really?
a version of Let's Stay Together, and it was really, really faithful to the original. I mean,
Excellent.
it was the way you want to cover something. It was a very tasteful cover, because it made me wonder, you know, what is going on? Is alternate take? No.
And
Seal.
I'm all for that. I'm all for staying very true to the original and even giving it your personal flair. But when you make it about the person doing the cover, that's when I think it's kind of gone bad.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I also kind of like it when dudes just go left field with it, you know. You do a really out there cover. As long as it's not, you just use the same name and then you're
Right.
shitting something out.
Or the remixes that just sound kind of like the same.
My favorite is when like some crazy ass will put out a remix of a pop tune, but it'll be just like noise graded together, you know, like
Totally.
check this out.
Yeah.
It's avant-garde.
But at the same time, do you ever remember that Dan Deacon version of Call Me Maybe? Where he just layered it over and over and over again. And by the end, it's like fucking awesome.
Yeah. No, that was definitely... Well,
Dan
shit,
Deacon.
I don't
Dan
give,
Deacon's the best.
and I don't give a shit about preserving the integrity of Call Me Maybe.
Hey, fuck you, man. That's a great song. love that song.
That's my jam.
That shit will be stuck in my head since I brought it up for like 6 more months.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was like, oh, here it comes.
Breaking news: Jim is a pussy.
Yeah, I got no defense.
Today on Taco Talk, Jim has horrible taste in music. Jim?
I have no comment.
Yeah, that's right, Zach. We have theme music.
But it's the same
It's
two.
the same two over and over and over again. It's the only ones that I have.
Oh, those are great. Breaking news.
This just in, I have sound effects.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's been doing it
So-
for 4 podcasts
That's
already.
right. That's all I have. Actually, that's not true. I do have some from Logic, but those are special. I don't want to.
So
Yeah, you got helicopters and kids
Yeah, so-
cheering.
Sure.
Keep-
Oh, the cheers. Those are the best. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you for
booze.
reminding me of those. Yeah, those are great.
So, Zach, before you called in and before Garrett started doing this to me, we were talking about conspiracy theories,
Okay.
Yeah.
and like we both sort of said that we like half believe a lot of conspiracy theories out there. You know, like ancient aliens or Illuminati, New World Order. But it's like we're trying to find the line where we where they lose us. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, yes, international banking families rule the world, but are they lizard people?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a line there.
Well, but it's easy. Like what Jim was saying is it's easy to kind of draw the dummies in and get them to believe that it's actually shape-shifting lizards, not just really rich families that pass money on from generation to generation that controls the world.
Mm-hmm.
Because that part I believe is, I mean, highly plausible and, I mean, pretty well documented.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think when things start to turn to the supernatural is when I'm like, okay, all right,
Right,
But
right.
what is
Right.
realistically plausible?
But then again,
Yeah.
it's like, why are all these dudes at someplace like Bohemian Grove
Right.
worshiping some weird owl statue? You're like, what the fuck's going on there? What's that all about?
Well,
That's just that's boys club.
and
That's true, it is.
legitimately, though, that is kind of bizarre,
There ain't no kinda about it. I mean, it's all the dudes that are powerful in the world getting together and fucking getting naked and drunk and I guess singing Boys Club over and over again.
Boys Club. Do do do.
Talking about boys club.
Oh, and Zach can even play some music.
Oh yeah, probably could.
Got any? You got anything you want
No,
to
no.
shit out there? I'm just fucking with you. Yeah,
But so the whole conspiracy thing is, I think, in a way tied into mysticism. Like they end up sort of going hand in hand. And then it's
I
like,
mean, I believe in mysticism, dressing up and whacking off in a group of people. I mean, I believe in it. I'm all for it. But the fact that fucking does anything is another matter altogether.
but at the same time, there's some truth to some of that stuff. But it's just that some dickhead's got to come in and ruin it and try to sell you DVDs or whatever.
Well, actually, the reason that they're masturbating is because they're lizard people, and this is the only way to get the seed out into the community and breed new lizard children in the middle of the earth. And I'm British, so you have to believe me. Seriously.
It's like, so yes, we're all one and we're all made of infinite love, but you still need to come to my seminar and pay
Right.
$59.95 to learn the keys to the.
Now, that is the key to success. If you can be one of those bullshit artists that
totally.
creates a personal improvement or success seminar, holy
totally.
mother of God, would you rake in the money?
Totally. That's like you start getting meta about that sort of thing.
Well, Louis Theroux, the reporter who does all the expose type shit,
Mm-hmm.
he did one where he went around and went to one. It was just like totally exposing him. But the best part is he was talking to one of the guy's henchmen, right? And henchmen and henchwomen.
You talking about like Tony Robbins or something like that?
The same kind of ilk, but a little more low budget than that.
Gotcha.
But he was talking to one of the henchmen who had a wireless clip-on mic while he was talking to him, right? And so then at one point he's like, "Oh, hold on." Because, okay, they were keeping Louis from talking to the main guy before his presentation. They're like, "Oh, no, he's busy. He's doing his, pre-show routine." And then he's like, "Oh, hold on. I have to go talk to him." He goes back and talks to him and forgets that he has a microphone on.
Oh,
and
no.
so he's like getting picked up. And he's like, "So do you want to talk to these guys from the BBC?" And the guy's like, "No, absolutely not. Don't let him in here. I don't want to talk to him." And then when they come back, Louis like, "So does he want to talk to us?" And the guy's like, "Oh, absolutely. He's doing his pre-show thing." And
Wow.
it's all bullshit.
Wow.
It's all like because he does like hypnosis fucking bullshit. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube. It's pretty funny, but tons of people do this kind of stuff where all it is hyping you up and getting you to buy into more of this bullshit to where that's all you do. You just give these bogus talks to where all you're doing is dropping buzzwords and motivational and you have to be dynamic and it's all about execution and
Yeah, it's easy to like to get hooked on that though, because that's a feeling of like getting pumped up. Like, yeah, I could do this too.
Sure. But I mean, that's the thing. That's the irony is them selling you success seminars when because you're an expert on being successful because you are, but the reason that you're successful is that because you're doing these seminars on how to be successful. It's like getting stuck in like a fractal acid time warp continuum.
Well, I mean, it's just a
But
pyramid
anyway,
scheme.
I digress.
Yeah. But I mean, unfortunately, a lot of what those dudes co-opt and sell, I think all three of us would find legit. You know what I mean? Like the power of positive thinking, and
Well, sure, but you don't
Stupid
need
shit
to
like that.
fucking talk about it. I mean, there's no substance to it. What are you doing? Telling me to repeat a mantra in the morning?
whatever gets you through the day, buddy.
See? I mean, it's no. Uh-uh. I'm not going to benefit from anything like that. We were kind of talking about earlier, mysticism and, religion inclusive is kind of like it's a knee-jerk reaction of having to explain something that's bizarre, like lightning. It's like if you imagine some Neanderthal, like primordial human seeing lightning and being like, "What the fuck is that?"
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. It must be some god thing that's pissed at me.
Zeus raining lightning bolts.
Exactly. And that's the funny thing is that the so-called mystic or shaman or expert of the village was the fucking crazy dude who like ate mushrooms and saw visions and whatnot, and he was the authority on what the tribe or what the society was to do.
Mm-hmm.
How funny that they put that responsibility in the hands of the dude that was fucking spaced out. I mean, I'm all for it, but he's like, I saw your grandfather last night, and he told me that we have to raid the next village and kill everyone.
I know. I ate the sacred red mushroom last night that grew from our cow fields.
My spirit animal is the armadillo, and we must destroy.
My spirit animal needs $59.95 from each of you for a 3-day seminar.
And that's the thing too. Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
Well, so have you found your spirit animal, Zach?
I think it keeps switching.
Really?
You know,
Really?
yeah, like at one point I was like, well, maybe it's a frog,
Yeah.
and I think that's probably closest. I mean, because it's got that little bit of dragon in there too.
Okay. Frog dragon. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they're both like amphibian, reptilian, kind of. What about you, Jim? You're obviously
Porpoise.
a pony.
Porpoise.
Porpoise.
Sea
Oh,
pony.
a sea pony. A pony of the sea. Interesting.
And you?
Oh man, I don't know that
A
I've found.
sloth. A
It's a
sloth.
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 Probably a slow loris. No, maybe like a baboon.
Sea cucumber.
A sea cucumber. Yeah, like a baboon or something, or a lemur.
No, no way.
Yeah, totally.
No way.
Absolutely.
Baboons are fucking awesome, dude. They just rip shit open with their big fucking fangs. You don't do anything.
Dude, baboons fuck shit up for
Yeah.
real.
They do.
They're scary. Scared of baboons. I'm not scared of you.
You should be.
No, I'm like legit scared of monkeys being ripped apart by like a pack of chimps or something. It'd be horrible.
Can you imagine that?
No.
I mean, I could probably arrange some shit. Man, I went and saw my sister Gina this weekend. They were down here for some soccer tournament, and I got to meet her brother-in-law. I don't know what he is to me, but really cool guy, Pat. Got to meet him, and he kind of gave me the open invitation, like, yeah, come down. They live in Kerrville. Come down to Kerrville and hang out. And we started talking about hunting. He's like, we hunt daily. I'm like,
Holy shit.
yes. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
I have a gun, and he's like, you bring it then. That's the kind of family you want right there.
Yeah, for real.
Got to see Tad. Tad was good. Yeah, so it was, good killing stuff. Texas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeehaw.
Did you get to hunt someone for sport?
Oh, I wish.
The deadliest game.
It's the state championship survival series.
I'd say we should hunt Sean for sport since he bitched out on the podcast today.
Oh, yeah, that's right, Zach. So, Sean.
I kept on wondering where Sean was.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
well, that's a valid wonder because he's
Yeah,
absent.
we're all kind of wondering where Sean is today. No, poor little Shawnee had a bad dream and didn't get a lot of sleep last night. So
Aw.
Oh, he did. He had a bad dream that the Joker was coming to touch his hiney hole.
Oh, it really was a bad dream, or it wasn't like based in reality, like Fliff Night. You know what I'm talking about, Fliff Night?
I know what you're talking about, but no, he actually had a bad dream.
no, he didn't get a lot of sleep. So
He's
he could use without the podcast today.
He's sweepy. He could use it without it.
We're gonna have to make a bunch of Sean MS paints now.
Well, I mean, last time he was kind of like, what's his name? Sid Barrett, just kind of sitting there making faces into the camera and, saying occasional things. He did say last time, Zach, it was, I'm not sure if you've watched the YouTube capture of the last podcast, but he did say that he equated getting stung by a wasp to getting shot with a gun.
No, he said a wasp was worse.
Oh, a wasp was worse than getting shot with a gun. I'm like, I've been stung by wasps and it hurts, but I mean,
And I
it's
know
like,
you hate flying insects.
I fucking hate them, but even I am like, yeah, they hurt, but it's not like you're going to die. You get shot and, well, you might die. I've never been shot. Full disclosure. Whoa, what just happened? Full disclosure. I've never been shot here.
But there is something about
This just in. I've never been shot.
Fucking asshole.
there's something about being stung by a hornet or a yellow jacket that is really unnerving because it's like they are attacking you actively with everything they've got, you know. I remember one time I was wearing a long sleeve shirt. I was back in the creek, you know, behind the house, and I must have disturbed a nest, and I saw this yellow jacket on my sleeve, and it was just like going for it, like it was humping
Yeah,
my sleeve,
absolutely.
trying to
Yes.
sting me.
Yes, that's exactly what they do because unlike bees, wasps do not die when they sting you. And they sting you over and over again.
Right.
Fuckers, dude.
And if you're allergic to them, that's how you die is because they fucking sting you and several of them sting you just over and over again.
Yeah, just going for it, like sting, 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 sting.
I remember the last time that I got stung, and I think I told this story last podcast. I was riding a dirt bike at my mom's place, and stupidly with fucking shorts and sandals on. I don't know why, because I'm a dipshit. And I guess there was a wasp on like a really tall piece of grass, and I came by and picked him up with my leg, and I felt it, and I looked down and I saw him, and I saw him just fucking go to town, and he was just like bam, 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 and I fucking hit him off, and I'm surprised I didn't crash and burn because I am admittedly a huge pussy when it comes to flying insects. I do not like. No me gusta for sure.
No.
But no, it was horrible.
But would you count
getting
that
shot,
among?
but getting shot is like a fatal wound. Like you're gonna fucking bleed out.
Yeah,
You know?
there are all kinds of ways that you could have almost died. I think about that sometimes.
Oh,
But
shit,
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
being shot, it's just one of a myriad of ways that you could go,
Well,
or
but
could have gone thus far.
again, just to fucking beat the dead horse, in no way compares to being stung by a flying insect, according to Sean.
Yeah.
I'll get shot, but I'm not getting stung by a wasp. God damn it!
Oh, Sean, why you gotta betray us?
Oh, Sean. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I fell out of a tree once and like was flailing. I'm certain I would have died had I not grabbed onto a branch.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. I was way up high,
How old were you?
7 or 8.
Oh, okay.
See, that's the thing, and I've said this recently, and it makes me sound like an old man. But when I was a kid, I mean, we had no supervision. It was
Jesus Christ.
full on like.
I hope you die.
We'll let you loose into the wild. Like, don't come back until it's dark.
Yeah, for real.
Nowadays, parents are fucking psycho about their kids. Like, oh, don't go near Mr. Johnson's house and touch pee-pee.
No, it's
Put on your knee pads if you're gonna go walking. You know. And that's not just to suck off Mr. Johnson.
no. I mean, it was actually kind of wild because I remember moving from Illinois to Texas, and in Illinois we would like hang out and play hockey in the street and ride our bikes everywhere. And I got to
Sure.
Texas, and it was like, you don't fucking leave your house like and walk around.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Totally. But at the same time, like people like waved you from their cars and stuff like that. There wasn't any of that in the north. Wasn't any like wave hello when you're.
No, I don't know, man. I guess grew up a large part in Vegas, but even when I was a little kid in Texas, I mean, I was out of my house all the time.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, for real.
We're doing shit in here. Leave.
Yeah, totally. No one wants kids around.
But yeah, I almost died on several occasions. Several, including getting trapped under a boat.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man. Yeah, that was.
We were water
That was
skiing
scary.
with one of Zach's friends and him in his dad's boat. And it was like the first time I'd ever water skied. And I went to go up and like, couldn't get up or whatever and let go of the rope. And they had to come around and get me. The dude driving the boat came by and
He just kind of drove straight over you.
yeah, just kind of drove straight into me. Not like, hey, let's pull up beside him and get him. It was just like, hey, I'm gonna just aim right at him and kind of.
I remember being in the water too, and it was like, I mean, from the water level, I could see you. I could see the hull of the boat approaching, and it just kept on coming right at you, and then you disappeared under it, and that was really frightening.
Well, and that's the prop wasn't on. Okay, first of all, but still, I had a life jacket on that was holding me up. I had skis on that were holding me down. I was trapped under a fucking boat. Thank God, I don't know how, Jawilin.
Yeah, for real.
Rastafari. But shit, fucking A, man. We're reckless is the point that I'm making. And nowadays parents are so, they coin the term helicopter parents. You know what I mean? Like, that's a thing now. Back when we were kids, those were just fucking idiots.
Yeah, assholes.
Yeah,
the weird
that
kid
absolute
that
freedom, man. That's what you want as a kid.
That's what I want now. I don't know what you're talking about.
you could always spot him. It was the weird kid that had like the pasty white skin, like
Wearing a cardigan.
Yeah. Don't forget your umbrella, Timothy.
Oh man, there was one of those kids in the neighborhood way back when, and that was the kid that got led into the creek, and that you dug the holes and covered it with twigs and leaves and tied trip lines. I mean, not that I ever did that, but I remember
Sure.
that guy, being the one who experienced all of those nice things.
Man, yeah. There's one in every crowd. Yeah, I tell you what. Unfortunately, we gotta cut this thing short. Jim's got to go and go to the Container Store and have his testicles systematically removed and stored away from his possession.
First they will be shorn and shaved, and then moisturized.
Jim has answered the call of vagina entity.
Of the long-term relationship.
That's right. So, Zach, so glad you could join us on the podcast, my man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
Love you, brother.
Yeah, we
love you too, guys.
We will have you on again. Absolutely. Let us know how things are, and we'll talk to you soon.
And fuck you, Sean.
Oh yeah, and by the way, fuck you, Sean. We're out. Taco Talk, Austin, Texas. Keeping it real.
Cinco de Mayo edition. God damn it, we forgot.
Yeah, exactly. It's Cinco de Mayo. We should have talked about Cinco the whole time. Whatever.
Happy 5 of mayonnaise.
Happy 5 of mayonnaise.